meaning to life. Mr. Moderator, all protocols being observed, I am here to strongly negate the resolution which says that information and communication technology has done more harm than good to the modern man. Before I proceed, I heard my opponent say that ICT has brought about death by radioactive emissions. This is true, but ICT has also helped to save more lives than has been lost through radioactive emissions. Now back to my point. ICT has done more good than harm because it has provided electronic library through which students can have vast access to a large variety of books, which helps to increase their academic performance. ICT has done more good than harm because the cumbersome process involved through the registration of external examinations has been removed. ICT has done more good than harm because with the help of electronic learning, students are more enlightened on the subject matter. ICT has done more good than harm because it has made it possible for agriculturists to have knowledge of pests and disease of plants and animals and their possible solutions. ICT has done more good than harm because it has helped to produce improved varieties of crops and disease of plants and animals. Mr. Moderator, ICT has done more good than harm in information dissemination and acquisition because if you are not informed, you are deformed, and when you are deformed, you cannot perform. Mr. Moderator, with all this, I hope you agree with me that ICT has actually done more good than harm. Thank you.
We have just listened to the third speaker, the second speaker from the negated side. We now want to listen to the third speaker from the proposing side.
Imagine the kinds of ideas that have been wasted or resourced, and the number of people that have been made, all because of the sole purpose that the information and communication technology has done to the modern man. Good day, Mr. Moderator, Thank you, my panel of judges, school committees, and my audience. I am here to speak on the affirmative part of the resolution which says the information and communication technology has done more harm than good to the modern man. Before I begin, I would like to clear some points to my opponents. You mentioned something about he has increased the reading culture, but I tell you that he has tended to reduce the reading culture. How do I say this? Because students, whenever they enter the exam hall, the first thing they think about is that, yes, my phone is free, I can browse up the questions. Also, we talk about tracking, but I want to point out to you that it is this tracking that terrorists use for suicide bombings and attacks on other places. Why? Because they have these tracking devices. Why? Because they have the information. I'm going to go on to my point. Loss of life and property. With the recent invention of these phones, they have found that a phone has been able to kill a life. Let's take for example, a terrorist wants to kill a person. You just call, pick the call. The person slumped and dies. How do you say that this information has done good to this modern man when it can just kill people at just unnoticed? That's the fact that the phones are used for remote control atomic bombs, which can destroy and even lead to the death of people and the loss of property. Corruption and embezzlement. There has been a lot of corruption and embezzlement in the country because of information and communication technology. Let's see, for example, the introduction of computers have brought about new inventions in crime. Let's say, for example, online robbery and fraud. Another common example that we might want to use is that one of MTN, where a person can just pick up his phone and send a text message to you. You have 150,000 naira. Send charge of 1,500 and you get your amount. How can you say the information and communication technology has improved? I say that no, it has caused more harm than good. Thank you.
We have just listened to the third speaker from the affirmative side. We now call for the third speaker from the negative side to come.
The result of an economy that lacks ICT is the detonation of the bomb in the police headquarters in Abuja. A simple bomb detector. Good day, Mr. Moderator. Obert's William slightly observed. My opponents made mention of moral decadence, the use of the internet to watch porn. But I put it to you that the use of the internet is a matter of choice. You ask if we use the internet to read for educational purposes and not to watch porn. And I can tell you truthfully that I do not watch porn using the internet. My colleagues here don't, and I'm very sure my judges don't watch porn on the internet. Rahab in the Bible was the harlot. Where did she see porn to watch? It's a matter of choice. Now moving on to my point. Telemedicine. ICT has brought about telemedicine. It is not harmful that through telemedicine, a doctor can get information from his contemporaries anywhere in the world, which has improved the rate of, which has drastically reduced the number of deaths in theaters in our hospitals due to inexperienced doctors. It is not harmful that ICT has provided emergency numbers that can contact the police, the hospital ambulance, and the fire service all at once, and these are accessible to accident victims. It is not harmful that through expert systems of artificial intelligence, doctors and other professionals can access expert advice that has enhanced their performances. This is the pivot upon which our modern economy thrives. It is not harmful that the health and the sex status of the child yet unborn can be known, a process that has drastically reduced the rate of antenatal complications. It is not harmful that through ICT, the E. coli epidemic, which is the fast-spreading and deadly disease, was tracked and monitored in the Eurozone. You can imagine if the whole Europe was wiped out, what the disaster is going to Africa and elsewhere. My dear opponents, how harmful was it to you that you received a text for the debate? Or even how harmful was it to you that you received a text and the debate has been shifted to today, saving you the stress of missing it? If you do not realize the good that ICT has done for us, then please bring out your phones, so that we that know that ICT has done a lot of good to the society, more than harm, can make better use of it and save you the harm.
We have just listened to the text speaker from the negating side. We will now call on the first speaker from the affirming side to give a summary of the team's argument.
Thank you once again for giving me the opportunity to address my point. But before I begin, I would like to speak on what my opponent said. I heard my opponent saying that e-presents are used by people to track down terrorists. But in the reverse, the terrorists could also use the same e-presence to contact each other around the world to know they make their plans through the internet. For example, like when Osama bin Laden was alive, I would say that he had face-to-face contact with the so-called people that did the suicide bombing. He used phones, he used text messages, he used the internet to communicate with them, to tell them what to do, to pass out the instructions that they use. Cloning, like I said earlier on, is a crime. If everybody in the world is cloned today through the same ICT gadgets, what do we think the world will look like? What do we think the modern man is going to do? If I have a twin that looks exactly like myself, I mean, there could be crimes everywhere. My twin could do something and I could get blamed for it because of the so-called cloning. I heard my opponent saying accessibility to accident victims. But I put it to you that it is also a matter of choice. Like we have in Nigeria today, the fire service. By the time you call the fire service and say a building is burning down, before they get there, the building has been burnt to ashes. There is nothing there. Our ambulance services today, it depends on the kind of economy we have, the kind of government we have, what our government has put in place. I mean, it is not good use of the ICT that saves lives. ICT has done more harm than good in so many ways. Our students use phones for examination malpractices in halls today. Our reading culture has died because of the use of internet. When I'm giving an assignment and I have backup that I have a phone there that I can browse my assignment with, I don't go to the library to read again. With these few points of mine, I hope I'm able to draw you to the side of the proposition that information and communication technology has actually done more harm than good to the modern man. Thank you.
Was the first speaker from the affirming side. We now want to call on the last speaker of this debate the first speaker from the negated side to give a summary of the team's argument.
If there's any bad thing in this life, is for you to fight the very thing that feed you. We cannot say that ICT has done any harm. Good day, Mr. Moderator, and I stand on the already existing protocol. Joblessness, according to my opponent. ICT did not come so that, ICT came for development, for efficiency. So if people are left out and the economy still grows, then ICT has not caused any harm to us because the money is there and the economy is developing. Then you made mention of when calling the fire service. ICT has performed disruption.